Hey guys, it's Bear. It's Saturday, January 31st, 2015, and this is my 3-month on T update. I want to go ahead and put a kind of trigger warning, content warning on this video because I'm going to be doing a 3-month update. I want to talk about everything that's happened over the last 3 months on testosterone, and that includes a lot of telling you about things that are happening in my body. So for people that know me that don't necessarily want to know how my body is reacting, it might not be the video to watch. And then for some trans people who are dealing with bodies that they're not quite comfortable with, you know, it might trigger some dysphoria, so it might not be the video to watch today. I'm not going to talk about anything really graphically, but I just want to let you guys know. So, yeah. Week 12, 3 months on T. A lot has happened, and I want to kind of give you the entire list. So some of it's going to be a little bit repetitive from stuff you've heard in previous videos. So it might be a little bit on the longer side. My videos tend to be long anyway, so sorry. I didn't do a video last week. I was too busy over the weekend to get to it. But I wanted to first say that the last 2 weeks have been really good for me. The prior 2 weeks and the prior 2 videos, I was a little bit down. Things have been a little bit tough. So first and foremost, I want to let you know that things have been really good for the last 2 weeks, including I went ahead and moved up my timetable on filing my name change documents. I had a little bit of a contradiction to something I had said previously, where I had said it wasn't the first thing I wanted to deal with, but a couple of things made me rethink that and decided to go ahead and file the paperwork. So now I have to wait 8 weeks and publish my name in a law bulletin locally, and you know, make sure that nobody's going to contest it, and then go to court and talk to a judge. So in 8 weeks my name change should be official. Other newer things, again, being 3 months on T, I did not get a period this month, and that's a good change. That's an expected change. I had one right after I started, and I had one a month after that. So I should have had one this month, but I didn't, so that's really good. The time frame that I have says that you should start to stop having a period between 2 and 6 months on testosterone. So that's pretty much right on track. Also, over the last 2 weeks specifically, my voice has done a hell of a lot of changing. There's been a lot of activity vocally. It's been kind of croaking mostly, just sounds like I'm kind of under the weather, but more significantly, it's actually started cracking after, you know, a day of talking at work or something like that. It's actually started cracking, which is pretty cool. Most people don't really notice it or pick up on it. It's not really prominent, but it's there. And throughout that time, the pitch has also gone down. I think perceptively. A couple people have mentioned it and noticed it. Unfortunately, you know, it's January, so most people are kind of just thinking that I'm coming down with something, and in fact I've gotten multiple comments, you know, when I'm standing there starting to talk to somebody where they go, "Oh, are you getting sick?" And it's like, "No, man, my voice is changing," you know. Also, you know, as far as general changes and everything, my muscle mass has really kind of shifted. My body fat has started to shift, and I've gained some weight. So since starting T, I was at 138 pounds, and now 3 months in I'm 144, so I've gained 7 pounds. The question is that 7 pounds of muscle mass, which I highly doubt? 7 pounds is a lot of muscle, or is it kind of like crap holiday weight, because, you know, it's obviously just after the holidays. I started tea 3 weeks before Thanksgiving, so I immediately went into the holidays and eating a lot of junk food, so it's kind of hard to say exactly where that 7 pounds came from. I feel really good. I don't feel really flabby. I've got a little bit of a belly, but I always kind of have a little bit of a belly even when I'm in really good shape. My muscle mass is definitely more defined in my shoulders. I measured my biceps, or my upper arms, when I first started tea, and it was 13 inches around, and it's still 13 inches around. So I haven't gotten a lot bigger, but people are really pointing out my shoulders a lot. And I feel like the definition has changed, even if I haven't technically gotten bigger. And so that's perceptible, so that's cool. Body fat, again, is starting to sort of redistribute. I feel like I'm a little bit more of a V shape than having the curves, but they're still there. I mean, it's a long way to go. And then as far as body fat, you know, my breast tissue has significantly decreased, and my breasts have become a lot flatter and a lot easier and more comfortable to bind. So that's really cool. And then as far as more sort of recent changes, I've talked about this before, but I feel like it's increased. I have this sort of separation from emotions. So, you know, when I'm in kind of a moment where I'm sort of stressed out or unhappy, moody, or so forth, I recognize that I'm feeling the emotion, but it's almost like I'm witnessing myself feeling the emotion, and I'm not really reacting to it. It's sort of like I'm watching something else happen, and therefore I don't feel like I'm reacting as much as I used to, which is a good thing, because I can be a very reactive person, especially when it comes to getting upset, anxious, angry, and so forth. So the fact that that's sort of over there, you know, like I said, I'm still experiencing it, I'm still reacting to it, but I'm reacting to it a lot less, you know, heatedly, so I feel like that's a good thing. On the other hand, I haven't cried since I started tea. I haven't really wanted to. Like I said, the last couple weeks have been really good, but there have been moments that I've wanted to, and it hasn't happened. So we'll see where that goes. Other changes. This is sort of more of a general effect of testosterone section. You'll hear trans guys say that there's 4 H's to being on T, and they are hungry, hairy, horny, and hot. And I can attest to all 4 of those. So starting with hunger, you know, I mean, the fact that I'm introducing a new hormone into my system essentially is putting me through a second puberty. And obviously in this case, male puberty. So if you've ever been around a teenage boy, they eat constantly because they're growing new tissue, and their metabolism is boosting because of that. So it definitely applies to me. I am hungry all the time. I'm thirsty a lot. You know, I used to eat like half a portion at a restaurant. Restaurant portions are a fair size. I used to eat half of my plate and take the other half home, and now that doesn't happen anymore. I eat, you know, most of the serving, if not all of it, on pretty much every occasion. Same thing, you know, dinner at home, you know, eat a plate of food and then go back and get like another like half plate of food. So my portion sizes have definitely increased, and I'm finding myself wanting to munch through the day. So I'm trying to munch on healthy things. It was difficult, again, through the holidays. You have sweets on hand, as everybody knows. So I'm trying to get back into eating kind of more healthy snacks, fruits and vegetables and stuff. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I'm seriously craving sweets. I don't know if, again, it's because the holidays just passed, and you have so many sweets around you that I'm kind of craving that, or if it has something to do with the testosterone. I haven't seen anything about testosterone or hormone replacement therapy making you crave anything in specific. So I'd be interested to know if anybody out there is on HRT, if you're having any kind of specific cravings that you never really dealt with before. Go ahead and comment on the video. I'd be interested to find that out. But yeah, that's making it hard to, you know, snack wisely. But I'm doing my best. The next H is hairy. And obviously, you know, being 3 months on T, it's relatively early. But I have significant hair growth, and that's really awesome. My facial hair, I shaved 3 weeks ago. It came in originally really blonde and really sparse all over my cheeks. Kind of dense right around my chin here, under my lip, and, you know, my mustache. The sides were a little bit brown, but the rest was all kind of like this white blonde. I shaved 3 weeks ago, and it's been growing back in again, same pattern. Again, totally white blonde, even to the extent that the stuff that was here that was a little bit brown came in really blonde. Like I said, it's been 3 weeks since I shaved, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and shave again tomorrow morning, like after I shower, because it's, you know, it just needs to be cleaned up. And people encourage you to shave as though it's gonna help hair grow back in. I haven't heard a lot of scientific basis to that theory. Other hair updates, I've got hand hair that has also kind of gone up my arm now, all along the side of both arms. I have, again, pretty sparsely spaced out, but I have some really thick, dark hairs coming in more on my right than my left. And then belly hair, just sort of a fuzz that I only noticed when I went to take my Band-Aid off. I do a subcutaneous shot every week, which means under the skin as opposed to into the muscle on the thigh. I go ahead and inject into my belly, and when I went to take the Band-Aid off later in the day, excuse me, it hurt a little bit, and I kind of looked down like, oh, maybe the Band-Aid was a little bit stuck. You know, I had taken a shower with the Band-Aid on, and I looked down and pulled again and noticed that the Band-Aid was sticking to belly fuzz, and I was all excited. So again, you know, that kind of blonde just sort of fuzz, but it's all over my belly. And then I have a treasure trail making a really good college effort to come in and be thicker, slightly darker hair just under the navel. Again, it's really sparse, but it's there. Next H is horny. Yes, I'm taking testosterone. I'm going through puberty. My libido is out of control. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And then there's been some tissue growth there as well, and it's more sensitive. Again, puberty. And then the last H of the 4 H's is hot. Yes, I am so hot most of the time. Even though it's winter, it's like, I don't know, I think it's like 28 degrees outside right now. I'm wearing less layers in general than I've ever worn before. I'm usually insufferably cold all winter. My feet are freezing, my body's really cold. I'm usually, in addition to wearing kind of the 2 layers here, I'm usually wearing a hoodie even inside. And then when I go outside, I mean, we're talking like long johns under the pants, at least these 2 layers, and a heavier hoodie and a heavier jacket. And I've ditched a full layer of underclothing, and I'm totally comfortable when I go outside. I've only been uncomfortable maybe twice this winter, and that's when standing outside like on a train platform, you know, sort of exposed to wind and stuff. I have some kind of hot flashes because the T causes also menopause, you know, the changing of the hormones, the decreasing of the estrogen. So there's some kind of hot flash moments too. But yeah, when I come inside, it's immediately, you know, get layers off or I'm going to start sweating and being really uncomfortable. Which brings up sweat. I definitely have changed as far as like my pH and everything. The tea has definitely already made me become more sweaty when I'm working out, and it definitely has a more sort of male odor to it, which isn't a really big deal. I've just been working on finding a good deodorant. That's pretty much it for updates. Video's about 15 minutes right now. Sorry about that. Pretty much that's it as far as 3 months. Everything's on track or ahead of schedule. Like I said, muscle growth is actually a little bit ahead of schedule, but that depends a lot on how much you exercise, and I exercise a lot. It's supposed to start really increasing between 6 to 12 months. Voice dropping, right on schedule, supposed to happen between 3 and 12 months. I had a couple of small drops before that weren't very perceptible. Facial hair coming in is supposed to start between 1 and 6 months, and body fat redistributing anywhere between 3 to 6 months. So everything's starting either on track or ahead of schedule, so that's really exciting. Hopefully everything stays ahead of schedule and stays on track. And that's pretty much it for my 3-month update. Thanks for listening to my super long update video. I'm excited about next week. Monday night I'm going to be leading a talk at a friend's class about what it means to be transgender and sort of my version of the story of being transgender, so I'm looking forward to that. And then Wednesday I have my top surgery consultation appointment, my first appointment with a top surgeon. So next week looks to be like a really exciting week. So I hope to talk to you again next week or in 2 weeks. We'll see. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you later.